With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year, as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Up next, one team's name will join NFL immortality at the end of tonight's battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Chargers. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, happy to have you with us. And this an unusual spot to be, Brock. Both teams here, they have fought and earned their way to this one. Yet this still looks like could be one of the more lopsided Super Bowl matchups that we have seen in our time in the NFL.
It looks that way on paper, but we know. We've watched it through the centuries, right? We know that upsets happen in this moment. Broadway Joe's guarantee and the Jets win. It's just the third Super Bowl. David Tyree's helmet catch as those Giants shocked the Patriots in their perfection. And that lesser-known Tom Brady, yeah, they too got past the greatest show on turf. This moment, underdogs emerge.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down. From the gun, it's Robinson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Penix here from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. Wow, and he's about as close to the first as you can get, partner. Down to the 31, but didn't get it. It's 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. 3rd down give to Robinson. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Loop knocks it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Certainly not the amount of points they wanted when they began this drive, and certainly when they got into scoring territory, but it's always nice to look up in a Super Bowl and have a lead.
All set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Kate, this is one of those moments that I so wish we had those thought bubbles, that we could see and hear every thought going through his mind as he runs on the field on this Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure there's some anxiety. I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness. But I know when that ball gets snapped in his hands, this guy is ready for this moment because he's proved it all season long.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Black 80, black. Ready.
Herbert from the gun. Completed over the middle. He gets it up to the 35, but this is short. 3rd down coming up.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
380. Bring it out. What is that?
On the play fake, it's Herbert. This is hauled in by Harris. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field and this defense better respond.
Go.
Into the gun. Here's Hampton. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Finds a man right side. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, hope we have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Trying with Hampton. And this one had no chance. Hit well behind that line. That brings up 4th down.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets them the first.
Set. 380. Run.
They'll toss it to Hampton. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Set. 380. Run. 380. Run. Set.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Scott now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. And it was a situation they prepared for, no doubt, Brock, but hoped that they wouldn't see. They're down early in the biggest game of the year.
Hey, listen, nobody said winning championships was easy. This is an early test of whether they've got the resiliency to win it all. And we know this. When that final second ticks off, most Super Bowl champions, they've been the most resilient players, too.
And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. That's a Super Bowl caliber stop right there as they finish that play off behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know, what do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So now here's 3rd and 5. Penix working from the gun. Brought in right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On first down, here's Penix. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Let's go.
They send a man in motion. A toss now to Robinson. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He's got it near the 8. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Robinson. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, Penix finds his back. It's Robinson. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Oh, Penix lost it. And the Chargers think they have it, and they do!
That is such a gut punch as a quarterback. You put in so much work to get down near the goal line, and then you've got to take care of the football. You can't be reckless with the ball. Those defenders are looking to knock it free, and that's exactly what they did, keeping points off the board.
So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Here's Hampton, open the drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter of Super Bowl 62. The Chargers have an early lead. Back to Miami in just a moment. Welcome back, all. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 62 just moments away. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead.
Go.
On the counter, it's Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Setting him on the dive. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Xavier Watts getting in there defensively.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner right now, Kate. You know I'm smiling, because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or 2, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him, and now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Run! Run!
Throwing now, Herbert. Hits him on the in route. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Quite the brave call they're making in this situation, Brock. They're going for it on 4th.
Set. Run! Ready!
They'll run for this. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now, that was a big 3-yard gain, because if instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the 1st.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
Hampton gets the handout. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he's close, Brock, but it looks like he's out just a little bit short. A good effort, but now they've got a choice to make on 4th down. Dicker connects there. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Kate, I call that a win-win in the first half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead. But you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Looking to his fullback now. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing the out route complete. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. They go play action. Here's Penix. Stepping up, and he's going to run. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Falcon first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
On second down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
So a punt coming up on 4th down, and it's against Belgium native Corliss Waitman with the honors. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
Running it with Hampton. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Delta. Go.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Black 80, black. Set.
Shotgun snap, a gift of 4. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Set. 380. You're out. 380. You're out. Set.
Herbert from the gun. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Set. Kappa. Right.
To the air on 3rd and long. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More of the Super Bowl coming up on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Set. Lion.
From the gun, it's 4. And he gets him around 6 there. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
To throw, Herbert. He just keeps finding McConkey. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Set.
Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Ready.
Back to the air, Herbert. That's Harris on the right side. Tackle made at the 10, first and goal coming up. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Set. 380. Run. Go.
No run with Hampton. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Kappa. Set.
Again, it's Hampton. And this time he's going to score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Penix here from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one does not go far. Penix working from the gun. Right side reeled in by Pitts. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down, it's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Corliss Waitman on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. They still have access to a pair of timeouts, a little time left as well, so points very much in play here. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Rookie now from the gun. Gets this to McConkey. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Well, that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up 2nd down. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. 380. Bring it out. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's keeping it. And Herbert slides to a stop with enough on that play to move those chains. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Cameron Dicker out for the Chargers now to attempt this field goal. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Dicker connects there. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage. So we've reached the half here in the Super Bowl, and we know our pal Scott Hansen has been watching intently. He's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. And they don't need anything out of this drive right now, Brock. That lead's already been built as we look to the scoreboard, but like architects, they might want to see just how high they can take it.
And we're going to know here in just a second on how they attack these opening plays. Do they opt to take it easy, play conservative, or just keep stepping on that gas?
Hampton now up the middle. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Set. 380. Ready.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Completed over the middle. And he takes this up to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the play.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Set. 380. Go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Johnson finds the football, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Set. Lion, lion, lion.
Now Herbert to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Set. 380. Set.
3rd down gives to Hampton. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Staying with Robinson. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
I got a sense, Kate. He went to bed last night dreaming, can I get a sack? Can I find a way to get to the quarterback? Well, he didn't do it just once. He's now done it twice.
Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. The Chargers and wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
380. Go.
This is Hampton, right side. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Set. 380.
Play action now for Herbert. Into the hands of Gadsden, complete. Great coverage all the way to the sideline. They're on him to end that quick pass before he can get vertical.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Set. 380. 380.
On 3rd down, Herbert. This is hauled in by Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2.
Ready. 380. Set.
Right up the gut. And they're not going to get him an inch on this 2nd down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. And it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
Set. Wide A. Ready.
Now an inside give to Hampton. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Ready.
Herbert throwing on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. Well, that was a big 3-yard gain because if instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Set. Kappa. Set.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Set. Delta. Set. Go.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Gets this one against him. And they bring him down. Looks like he got into the 27.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. That one's good to McConkey. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Going right this time with Hampton. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Herbert now off the play fake. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Now Herbert and the Chargers going for 2.
Set. Delta. Set. Set.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Caught at the 1. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Fielded at the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looked like the Falcons swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. So they keep the football, but now they face 2nd and long.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
Penix looking to pass. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. So we've hit the end of 3 in Super Bowl 62. The Falcons have the football. Got to erase that deficit, though, to keep their title hopes alive. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Kappa. Set.
A run now with Hampton. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
Again, it's Hampton. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
380. Run. 380. Run. 380. Run. What is it?
Herbert from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Set. 380. Run. Ready.
Trying to run in, Harris. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
It's Harris again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers continue piling it on here in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers continue piling onto this lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Scott now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Now here he goes.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap. A give to Robinson. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Another carry for Robinson. And the run will not get there. They're turned away right near that marker. Now it's 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll run here on 1st down. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Third and long, they're gonna throw. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Set. Green 80. Green hot. White 80. White 80 hot. Set.
From the gun, they go with Harris. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Green 80. Green hot. Green 80. Green hot. Go.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
380. Green out. Tip.
First down, and they go right back to it. And some solid blocking there springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
Run! Set. 380. Run! Set.
Staying on the ground with Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Gain of 6. And the Chargers first down.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Chargers on the favorable end of this blowout.
380.
So a new set of
Run!
downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Set. 380. Ready.
Harris once more. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
They've got 3 tight ends on this first and goal, thinking run or play action.
Set. Delta. Set. Green out.
They give to Harris from the gun. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's second and goal.
Set. 380. Green out. Ready.
Trying it again with Harris. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got third and goal.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
And start the party on the West Coast. The LA Chargers are Super Bowl champions. It isn't just that they are Super Bowl champions, Brock. It's also about how they got there. A dominating win in what's supposed to be our most competitive game of the year.
And when it mattered the most, they really leaned on the strengths of this team to not just win it all, but to make a statement. Do so in a way that you're not supposed to do in a Super Bowl. This is meant to be your toughest fight, an all-out battle for every yard and every inch and every point. And instead, well, with the league's 2 best teams in the building, we saw one team truly in a class of their own.
The crowning moment of the NFL season, as Commissioner Goodell hands that Lombardi Trophy to the Los Angeles Chargers, Super Bowl 62 champions. So that is a wrap. Another memorable NFL season in the books for our entire team here at EA Sports. For my partner Brock Hewitt here, our fellow commentators Brandon and Charles, Mike and Greg, I'm Kate Scott saying thanks for watching. We cannot wait to catch y'all again next season. Until then, good night, everybody, from the Super Bowl.